deadly gas is already here.
Welcome back to another episode of 20 Below. We are warning our father about the dangers of the war. And it looks like this town is already shrouded in gas. People need my medical assistance. You want your mother. Hmm. Look at that. Concentration.
Merci. Oh.
Ypres, a town in ruins. Dubbed Ypres by British troops due to its difficult pronunciation, the Belgian town of Ypres was a key strategic position during the war, a hub for road, rail, and canal networks. It became the target for sustained bombing from 1914 and 1915. The Germans even used chemical warfare on the town. By the end of the war, the majestic cathedral and town center were nothing but ruins. Technology at work. In the wake of the technological advances of the early 20th century, the vast scope of the industrialized war brought developments in all fields: aircraft, submarines, dirigibles, and tanks. Great progress was made in the fields of medicine, surgery, medical hygiene, and radiology, thanks to Marie Cruz's work, who took thousands of x-rays of the wounded. Wooden top. Wooden top with string, a common toy of the age. During the war, toys gradually became more war-based. Through board games, children could fight out famous battles, while other items ridiculed the enemy. After the war, toys and games became more pacifist once more. It's been so long since I've played last, I've forgotten the controls. How do I get out of here? Oh yeah, through here. Oh, you found your daughter. Gas that way. Head on into the cathedral. I haven't been doing much talking in this playthrough, mostly because I feel like the game is pretty self-explanatory. There's nothing really, in my opinion, to talk about. I mean, I mean, the puzzles are pretty basic. There's not, like, any enemies or really anything too strategic or different. The game's pretty straightforward and basic in one direction. But if we do hit this bell, we can get the final cog. So I haven't been talking as much just because I feel like you can gather most of it just by watching. There are a few things that I like to explain, and I do enjoy reading the stories and such. Or the facts and such. Saved all those people. That's good. I'm missing something, looks like. Broken walking stick. The knob is all that remains of this walking stick. The stick has been carefully sculpted, a souvenir of the trenches. Unfortunately, a broken walking stick is of no use to anyone. Doesn't seem to, I don't know, really relevant to anything. I mean, all the other facts are very, have something to do with the, you know, the war in the particular place that we are, but, I mean, anyone could talk about a broken walking stick. Did I miss an item? I don't see anything. Let me check back in here. I mean, usually you get them in the order of that you go through the level from, you know, top to bottom, but... Oh, there you are. Letter from a Scottish soldier, 19th of April, 1915. Hello, Paul. I'm in the town of Ypres in Belgium, a pretty wee town that must have been brawn before the war. The beer, too, any bad. I'd much rather be downing ale with you, though, boy. I'm off to the front in 2 days. Take care o' your sellin' and say how do to the family. John McCormack. That was rather difficult to read. Let's move forward. Been a couple of weeks since I recorded last, mainly because I've been sick. Uh-oh. Bedpan. Latrines were generally housed outside in the yard in homes of all social classes, so during the night bedpans were used. In well-to-do households, servants were charged with emptying the pans. I'm glad we don't use bedpans anymore. Well, I mean in hospitals, but I'm glad I don't use one at home, is what I should say. Two, 6, 1, 4. I feel like these numbers are important. Stereoscopic camera. A camera that captures two simultaneous images on glass plates, enabling relief images. Use of the camera was relatively widespread because the device was small and readily transportable. 3, 8. Oh. Is that what I need those numbers for? 1, 4, and then 2 was 6, right? So it's 4, 6, 8. Well, that was easy. Chemical formula: 2C12 plus 2H20 equals 4HC1 plus O2. This formula is the description of what happens to soldiers' lungs when they inhale chlorine gas. Chlorine gas reacts with water in the lungs to produce hydrochloric acid, creating horrendous burns. Now we can use the well. Fuck. We better hurry up and save her. Grab a grenade. Can I go up there with a grenade? What the hell? What? I don't think that's what I'm supposed to do. This makes no sense. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I need a minute to figure this out. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. So I can climb up there. Why couldn't I figure it out before? Ah, whatever. I'm just an idiot.
Voilà. Pas mieux. Courage, Nibo. Voilà. Allez. Allez, courage. Courage, Nibo.
The governess revealed to her that her father, an eminent scientist, had been kidnapped by Baron von Dorf, who was eager to use scientific advances in warfare. Anna set out in pursuit of the Baron and encountered Emil and Freddy. Destiny brought them together. They had survived the enemy's wrath, their gunfire, bombardments, gas attacks.